All right, so let's talk about what really makes a hero. We're going to do more than just tell a cool fantasy story today. We're actually going to pull back the curtain and look at the anatomy of a classic hero's journey. And we'll do it by following this kid named Chip to see exactly how someone who's a complete nobody can become a legend.
You know, this quote right here, everything you want is on the other side of fear. This one line from this old, tough-as-nails weapons master, it's pretty much the entire heart of this story. It's the North Star, really, for this young orphan who starts out with absolutely nothing. It's this promise that everything he could ever become is waiting for him right on the other side of the things that scare him the most.
Okay, so every hero's journey has to start somewhere, right? The so-called ordinary world. But for our guy, Chip, well, his ordinary was anything but. For him, ordinary meant being a total outcast. His story kicks off in a place of just complete rejection and fear.
So picture this, a baby, just left at the gates of the kingdom of Analon, and this kid was marked from day one. He had these unnatural, glowing red eyes that just freaked everybody out. Now, in a world that's super superstitious, this isn't just some weird, quirky thing. Oh no. To them, it's a curse, plain and simple.
Just think about the kind of world this kid was born into. The king himself, his first reaction is, feed the baby to the wolves. I mean, seriously? No mercy, doesn't even ask a question, just this horribly cruel order to get rid of something he's scared of. This tells you everything you need to know about the kind of powerlessness Chip is up against from the very beginning.
So yeah, the queen steps in and saves him from the wolves, but his life is, well, it's not safe. Not by a long shot. He gets these tiny little moments of kindness, from his caregiver, Auntie Claire. But those moments are just swallowed up by years and years of brutal hardship. He's not even treated like a person. They call him It. Can you imagine? Just It? He's forced to live in a filthy storage room and worked until he can barely stand. That's his starting line.
But you know how it goes in these stories. There's always that call to adventure, right? That one moment that just shatters the hero's world and shoves them onto a brand new path. For Chip, that call wasn't some gentle whisper. It was an absolute scream of defiance. So after 2 straight years of just constant, relentless abuse, Chip finally hits his breaking point. The kitchen mistress, this woman, Miss Stern, she hits him, and something inside him just snaps. All that rage he's been burying for years just erupts. And get this, his eyes, which had turned green, they blaze that terrifying red color all over again. In that second, he's done being a victim.
And this next part is it's incredible. They drag him in front of the king. He's getting sentenced to banishment. And this 10-year-old kid who's been completely powerless his whole life, he looks the most powerful man in the kingdom right in the eye and says it. It's totally reckless, of course, but it's the very first time he feels his own power.
So, just as the king is about to give some horrible order, 2 figures step right out of the shadows. The powerful wizard, Xander, and the legendary weapons master, Garth Stone. They see something in this defiant kid, something special, and they step in. And that one act, well, it changes his life forever.
And just like that, Chip has crossed the threshold. He's out of his old life. He's not a kitchen servant anymore. He's a student. And his new teachers, they're about to basically take him apart and rebuild him from scratch. See, Garth's training, it's not just about how to swing a sword. It's a whole philosophy for how to live. He drills these 4 simple but really powerful truths into Chip's head every single day. The point isn't to turn him into a killer. It's to make him resilient, to make him focused, to make him unbreakable.
And the change is just, wow, it's night and day. He goes from being this helpless kid they called It, hiding from rats in a closet, to a focused student who's actually earning respect. He's literally forging a brand new identity for himself.
So for the next 6 years, you see this change happen in real time. He gets a best friend, Chase, who's like a brother to him. He even finds the guts to stand up to the people who used to bully him, like the prince. Every single step is another test, getting him ready for the biggest one yet, his solo manhood quest. Okay, and this is where the real tests start. His quest is supposed to be this, 2-day hike to a watchtower. It's a rite of passage, but it turns into something else entirely. It becomes a journey into a world that is way, way more dangerous than anyone back home has any idea about.
The second Chip steps into that deep forest, everything changes. The whole atmosphere just shifts. All the animal sounds stop. The woods go completely silent. And he knows he's being hunted.
What was supposed to be a test of endurance is now a flat-out run for his life, with something huge and monstrous crashing through the trees right behind him.
So he's running from this giant bear, which is terrifying enough, right? But then he sees something even worse. This thing shows up, a clawed demon. And just to show you how bad this thing is, it just effortlessly kills the massive bear that was seconds away from killing Chip. The threat level just went from 10 to 1,000. But then, Chip finally has to face one of these demons on a narrow bridge. And it does something no one could expect. It speaks. And in one chilling sentence, it makes it clear this isn't just some random monster in the woods. This is an omen. This is a sign of something much bigger. And just like that, Chip's personal quest becomes a fight for the entire world. All right, so here we are, the climax of this first part of his journey. Chip is wounded, but he's not stopping. He finally makes it to his destination, the watchtower at the Pass of Death. But he's about to find out his real test is just getting started. He gets to the top of the pass. He's expecting to see a bunch of soldiers, on guard. But there's nothing, just this eerie quiet. The door to the cabin, it's hanging open. He knows immediately. Something is very, very wrong. And inside, it's a nightmare, a total massacre. He finds one soldier just barely hanging on to life. And with his last breath, this soldier, Orphan, he confirms Chip's absolute worst fear. The demons, they're through the magical barrier that protects the kingdom. The invasion isn't coming, it's already here. And in that split second, Chip knows what he has to do. It clicks. Orphan's last words, he was trying to tell him. The signal fire. There's a massive signal fire on the tower, built for exactly this reason, to warn the entire kingdom that they're being invaded. It's their only shot. But just then, a whole horde of demons bursts out of a shed and comes charging straight for him. He makes a mad dash, throws his torch right into the pile of wood, and a gust of wind just snuffs it out. That's it. It's a moment of just total despair. He failed. But wait, a second later, the wood, it's been treated with something flammable, and the whole thing just erupts into a giant pillar of fire. He did it! He actually did it! The warning is sent. But that feeling of victory lasts for about half a second. Because now he's wounded, he's exhausted, and he's completely surrounded by a circle of these hissing demons.
And that's where we leave him. The orphan outcast, the kid they used to call It, has just pulled off the single most important act of his life. He saved his entire kingdom from being blindsided. He went right to the other side of fear and did the impossible. But the big question is, in saving everyone else, did he just seal his own fate?